100% feel you. I've been saying this for years now, that the concept that Steve Kerr routinely brings up in interviews, the separation of powers, that's how he likes to call it. I wrote a whole detailed story on the Golden Daze Substack just to refute that with detailed evidence showing that no, Steve Kerr meddles in everything. And what I've been saying for a very long time is that Steve Kerr is full of shit when he says that. He is involved in every major decision personnel-wise. And what I'm coming to realize in 2026 is that this is Joe Lacob's biggest downfall. It's hands down the biggest flaw in his ownership of the Golden State Warriors is letting Steve Kerr run amok with power. He failed as a GM with the Suns. He's never once proven he's adept at evaluating talent. He should be nowhere near any realm of deciding who is good and who is not good. Yet he's calling all the shots, man. Like Mike Dunleavy Jr., you could hear it even in his tone with interviews, how deferential he is to Kerr. He acts like Steve Kerr's his dad. And then Joe Lacob, we never really heard much about him when it comes to Kerr and his feelings on it until that recent snippet from our beloved, our worshipped, our revered Tim Kawakami. I'm being facetious saying all that. In an interview that resembled far more a press release than a news story, Joe Lacob saying that, oh, he's such a good guy. I love him. And he started when someone's touting someone else's resume, that's when you know they're going into full-on defense mode. And Joe Lacob, sure enough, oh, this guy led us to 6 finals. He's won 4 championships. That to me was the most depressing aspect of the last maybe 3-4 years, because I kept holding out hope that maybe Joe Lacob had more sense than letting this man dictate personnel decisions. Yet here we are. It's damn depressing. You're 100% right. Steve Kerr runs this show, and it's why the Warriors have been mediocre for now 4 effing years.
Dude, when I was thinking about today, you know, like that's opening a can of worms, and there's 3. I would love to know what the chat would like to hear most on, because I want to talk about how dead in the water the Warriors are, how bad they are for believing in the Stevie Kerr 30-game tankathon last year and what that meant for this year. 2, I would love to talk about Jonathan Kuminga is already a floor general with high IQ in Atlanta, elevating everyone on the court just simply by getting minutes. I would love to talk about that. And I would love to talk about, along with that, Steve Kerr literally did not do his job. He, instead of saying, I'm going to do what it takes to integrate this young man and use him to elevate our performance, I'm going to be lazy and just say, trade his ass. I could talk about that. 3rd, I want to talk about the mental gymnastics that I've heard the Light Years podcast, Steve Kawakami, and Anthony Slater and Tim Bontemps, 3 podcasts, mental gymnastics, say that if Jonathan Kuminga does well in Atlanta, it's because of Steve Kerr's good coaching. What an epic joke. So I would love whatever. I don't know what the chat wants to hear about most, but I'm happy to talk about it, baby. Oh man, do I want to talk about this stuff.
And it really makes me wonder if that was an added reason for Bob Myers saying hell no to this, realizing that Joe Lacob's going to listen to anything Steve Kerr tells him and believe it. And Myers, as the GM, is like, wait, what? Like, are you serious? I'm out. Peace. What the hell?
Onzi's was out too. Onzi is an exile from the Myers regime, and he wasn't down with the Steve Kerr 3-4 guards. And he went to Atlanta, and he's building a team with wings. So, like, add it up, baby. Add it up. Easy to see, man. Woo.
Oh my God. And I saw, I'm not going to highlight this chat, but I saw someone with a fake diagnosis of Porzingis, what he supposedly is really dealing with instead of POTS. It also is an acronym with 4 letters. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to show that on the screen, but hopefully I hinted enough so you could think about how demented yet kind of funny that is. And nonetheless, we are with the Kristaps Porzingis experiment. I'm going through the interview right now, Armando. Every time I turn to you and you talk, I'm going to go through this interview to find the specific snippet because I don't see a transcription of it. I can go to the exact minute.
I'll take on the Porzingis health issue. Like, let me just preface this by saying this. The Golden State Warriors are irrelevant. Totally, completely irrelevant in the NBA. The Bay Area basketball, Bay Area Steve Kerr, Pajemski, hype boys, hype beasts are so we've been calling them bubble boys. Like, they're in a bubble. And they not only do they not actually watch Warriors games that often, they don't watch the rest of the NBA.
Correct.
They don't realize how interchangeable who the Warriors play are with G Leaguers. Pajemski, you can get him anybody like that in the second round. Guy Santos is good, and I was the one saying that they should have been playing him early on in the season when Steve Kerr had this guy benched, and it took him getting kicked out of a game for Terry Stotts to play him. FYI, reminder, goldfish memory. Al Horford, he's hitting threes. Melton is getting 28 points against a tanking Memphis team. Like just being sold lollipop land, happy boy basketball. Like, Pajeps or Fitz and Azubuike. Oh, it's so great. These guys are playing so great. They just need to get Porzingis healthy. No. Porzingis cannot move even if he's healthy. He's not the guy on paper you think he is, even if he's healthy. This health stuff is just, they're happy he's unhealthy. They're happy because it gives them an excuse. Steve Kerr has his injury excuse. And if he actually got his roster,
yeah.
If they still had Jimmy Butler, they would have been they'd be losing in the same way they're going to lose this year. And it's just we are in irrelevancy. The narrative has not caught up to reality yet. Basketball irrelevancy. And I want to go through it. So I sent you a text that my cousin Andres sent me about how the Warriors are in worse shape than anybody actually realizes, even worse than people realize.